There we are, folks. Just doing a little testing today and trying to get the cameras all set up. Yeah, that's the main camera. It's probably the better camera I have. That's the one that's on the screen at the moment, the one you're looking through. Of course, players in the game will have access to multiple cameras, not the best cameras. Like this other camera view is right here. All they do is click on that. There they go. They get an alternate view of the table. That's a laptop camera, and you can probably tell it's not the best in the world. Lighting is an issue, as always, but that does give them a view of the other side of the table. So, yeah. So that's the alternate view. But when I play these videos back, the live play, I think what I want, and I've done this before, is keep the camera on the main, the best camera, which would be this one in this case, that has a full view of the battlefield. And that's pretty much a full view. And that'll be what's on the playback. But again, if you're playing in the game, you just click on the lower right corners. You can see all the different maps that you can click on, and you'd be able to see this. But the viewers watching this later won't. They'll only see what the host is viewing, which should be that one. And I'll keep it on that. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. Not bad. The camera's pretty good. Lighting is always a problem, as I said. And the other thing, of course, is the bandwidth. You get a nice clear picture like there, and then all of a sudden it'll drop out and get a little pixelated. And that has a lot to do with the bandwidth, and that's just inevitable. I got a pretty good connection, I must say, but it's not going to be perfect all the way through. There's plenty of room for more improvement, of course, but that said, this looks pretty good. A little bit more detail there. And that's about what you'd see during the game. These are 10mm figures, so it's pretty small. These guys aren't painted yet. I'll give you some idea. This would be the 28s. You can see right away. They stand out a bit more. These guys closer to the camera. What I have noticed is with these cameras during the Hangouts is they tend to focus on a particular point. Even if your camera has the ability to focus in and out, so on and so forth, you really can't control that. At least that's my experience so far with just about every camera I've had. So as you go into a Hangout, it's like a fixed focus. So now you can see those figures, those 28s, look pretty good. It's like the focused zone. Everything comes in clear there, but further away, not so much, or even too close, they might not show up as well. But there you go. I hope to run some more live plays with 28mm figures. That should be pretty good. But for the moment, this is what it looks like. This will be our next battle for Blucher, and then setting these cameras up pretty much like this. I don't think I'm going to be running 3 cameras. I could do that. The third camera that I'm not using presently, it's not even as good as the laptop view that I'm getting currently with the backup camera, which is this one. It's slightly even worse than this. So I don't know if it's worth, adding even more bandwidth stress to this. So I might just keep the 2 cameras. You got this side, and then you've got the main view, which covers more of the tabletop, which is that one. So yeah, I think that'll work pretty good. And the one nice, I do have a phone camera as well, which is horrible for some reason. But I'm definitely not going to use that. One thing that's interesting, if I could grab this camera, and I can pretty much control this camera and where it goes. I can move it around. It's relatively stable. And get some pretty decent close-ups. Now here the lighting isn't perfect. If I move the light over, you'll be able to see it. I definitely got to work on the lighting a little bit. But you can see right away some pretty nice detail there. And you can see that focus that I was talking about. It's definitely focused on the units further away than the ones closer. That would be nice. It'd be nice to get a model's eye view. I'd like your feedback on that. Do you prefer if one of the cameras, preferably this one, was more of a tabletop view like this? Because you can get some really, let's go back to this position here. Is that better? Of course, it would be a little bit more stable. I'm kind of shaking here, trying to hold this thing. Get this camera back around. As a matter of fact, let me try and lower this. Actually got a tripod here that I'm using. Now that's lower, as well as a little closer to the tabletop. Adjust the lighting there a little bit. But what that is that's a lower angle. You can see where it goes out of focus now and again. But that's a lower angle. And I'd like your feedback on that. Do you prefer the lower angle view? One thing it does show off the details, which is nice. I don't know how important that is to see the details. As long as you can get a rough outline of what something is, where it's positioned on the battlefield, you'll be able to play a game relatively good. So, yeah. But I want you guys to have as much of enjoyable viewing as you can. It definitely helps if the cameras are better. And if you're playing the game, it's nice to have that one, at least one clear camera with a good view of the whole battlefield. So there you go, folks. That's just what I'm working on currently. What do you think? 2 cameras enough? How's the quality of this main camera you're looking at right now? Do you prefer it higher up, or do you prefer it lower down? What do you think? Let me know in the comments and give me some feedback. Got a paint and chat today in the Tabletop Commanders. I'll be in there. You can also give me feedback there. That'll be happening in about an hour or so. Otherwise, leave me a comment in the video here. See what I could do to work on this. Onwards we go, my friends. Onwards we go. Okay, folks, take care. I'll turn this off live now. Hope it was interesting. Take care.